Hello, and welcome to the Rogue Achievement Canon Event. Dethrone 30, and then 30 legendary minions. Now already, I do have a question which I will try to explore for you if I can. So, Dethrone is a 7-cost spell that destroys an enemy minion and then, if you've comboed it, summons a random 8-cost minion. Right off the bat, I do not think this is something I would use very often myself. It's quite expensive for its regular effect, so you'll really want to combo it if you're going to play it at all, but I'm not convinced that a random 8-cost minion is worth that kind of investment. But for the achievement, we shall. When the achievement says, dethrone 30 minions, the question I have is it talking about the minion you destroy, or is it talking about the summon that you get from the combo? It feels like it should be talking about the minion that you destroy, but I could see an argument for either. And there is a pretty big difference between the two. For instance, the legendary portion, the legendary tier of the progress, if you have to wait to randomly summon 30 legendary 8-drops with this spell, it could take an especially long time over which you have no control. So I'm really hoping it's based entirely on what you destroy, but the wording, unfortunately, is not perfectly clear. Alright, so since this is such an expensive card, the first thing that I want to include is ways to potentially discount it. So we have preparation, pressure points, Foxy Fraud, and Sandbox Scoundrel. Next, if I want to potentially make more than 2 progress in a game, I'll need a way to get it back. So, Tidepool Pupil. And also because it's so expensive, having Ysera Emerald Aspect will help make it easier to cast and combo later in the game. And why not a Resort Valet, as it is in fact a newer expansion card. So that makes up the core of what I'm trying to do. For the rest of the deck, I may as well see if I can reasonably make some progress on Control Z and Remember Me. So, Flashback, 2-cost spell to summon 2 random 1-cost minions from the past with a combo to give them +1 attack. Amber Warden, an 8-cost 4/12 dragon with taunt and death rattle, summon a random minion from the past, as well as Chrono Daggers, a 3-cost spell with rewind to throw 3 knives at random enemies that deal 2 damage each. Portal Vanguard, a 3-mana 2/2 dragon with rewind that draws a random minion from your deck and gives it +2/+2. And the Time Machine, a 6-mana 6/6 mech with taunt with death rattle, get a random rewind card, and we have seen that that rewind card can come from any class. Now, operating under the assumption that the achievement probably makes progress based on what you destroy, I do at least want the possibility of making at least 1 progress every game. So, I have Sneed's Old Shredder, a 7-cost 5/7 mech with death rattle, summon a random legendary minion. So this way, I can always dethrone a legendary minion at least once, as long as I survive long enough to do it. Finally, I want some combo cards that I can utilize with the abundance of combo synergy that I put in. So, Dubious Purchase for draw and also potentially to destroy a random enemy minion, and O Manager for a little bit of damage and a couple of coins maybe. I don't have a lot of wild suggestions for this because the core is basically self-contained, but Dry Scale Deputy could potentially get you another copy to play, as could an Infused Door of Shadows. A Serrated Bone Spike could help discount it for that turn, or a Blackwater Cutlass, an Efficient Octobot, or Emperor Thorison are all other ways that you could potentially discount the spell. So, I'm going to go ahead and try it out. If I'm having trouble surviving long enough to do it at all, I may take out some of the support cards in order to focus more on just making it happen once or twice in the game. But let's hope it doesn't come to that. Let's see how it goes.
Garona versus Maiev.
None can escape my fury.
I'll leave no trace of this.
I have some pretty high cost cards in here, so I think I will go ahead and keep a single 4-drop just in case I literally don't have anything to do until then, and I could discover something useful. I see. Hey, at least I have a pressure points and the Dethrone in hand.
Ha 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 ha! Let's dance!
And both Dethrones in hand, and Patches the Pirate from the Whiz-Bang deck. Interesting.
Shiny! My shiny! You're through!
I could now potentially dethrone something as early as next turn. I think I don't really want to dethrone either of those, but I do want to draw.
Care to make a wager, friend?
Never bring a sword to a fish fight.
Let's do this. Yeah, I'll keep that result.
This treasure ain't fit for our pirates!
Okay, at this point, I think I'm going to stop trying to wait on a legendary of theirs to show up, and I'm just gonna start dethroning things.
Amazing.
Ha 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 ha! Let's dance! Now this is treasure!
Wow.
Ha 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 ha! Let's dance!
Alright, so let's go ahead and do this.
I'll take the anchor.
You know what? I want some lifesteal.
This treasure ain't fit for a pirate.
Honestly, I'm really glad the taunt showed up now.
State your business with the bond.
This treasure ain't fit for a pirate.
Wormhole.
You seem overburdened. Lucky I am here.
Dead or alive.
I was literally waiting for Gorm to awaken. I did not expect to get pilfered. So here is my last chance to maybe get a Dethrone.
All is unclear.
Like that.
I'm short on time.
But I know that they have the pilfer in hand, so preparation. I'm just
Treasure.
going to make progress while I can.
Calm down.
You're through.
Now this is treasure.
You seem overburdened. Lucky I am here.
But they won't have the mana to do the time machine. Oh.
Quickly.
Yep, that's pretty much gonna do it, I think. Let's see.
Glorious loot.
Step forth into the Timeways.
Whatever, at this point I'm just doing it to play rewind
Step
stuff.
forth into the Timeways.
Pitiful loot.
Well played.
Well, I made 2 progress for the game, which honestly is probably about what you can expect. You can get lucky and make a 3rd or more progress, possibly, but 2 is like, I'm going to call that successful. I did miss an opportunity to dethrone a legendary minion, But in my defense, I mean, who expects to see Pirate Admiral Hook Tuscan standard? They were playing Whizbang, weird things happen. I totally could have gotten legendary progress, but I didn't because of an unforeseen thing. I'm not going to count that against myself. I am tentatively going to say that this deck is decent for this achievement, and it's just going to take some time. Alright, have a good one.